Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Bahasor Chahakudat. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Rural, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. I was a high spirit wind lawyer, and today I want to go into a topic entitled, the power of praying and fasting. All right, I have some other things in my spirit, but I'm just gonna kick it off with this topic. All right, because it says in the scriptures, all right, this type goes not out but through fasting and praying. All right, and you have to understand that Yahweh Shai, all right, was basically exorcising demons out of people, all right, that would have been classified as mentally ill, insane, all right, but we know through the scriptures that that's basically demonic possession, all right, and we know as brothers in the faith that's contending for the faith, that's contending for the crown, all right, we're contending for a real life inheritance, all right, in the kingdom, a real life position in the kingdom, preeminence. You know that Satan is going to do his job and make it hard for us to get the kingdom, really make us lose our crown. His job is to make us, all right, lose the faith and fall out, all right, get caught up in, get entangled in worldly affairs, right? Because the scripture says, what? No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of his life. Okay? But that's pretty much the point, man. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him to have chosen him to be a soldier. And Yahweh Shai chose us to be soldiers for the faith. But also, soldiers have warfare. All right, and the war is in our mind. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, but in that warfare starts in the mind. That demonic attacks, it starts in the mind. All right, and it could manifest through people in your life. All right, but one thing you do for strength is we fast. And the flesh doesn't want to be deprived of food. The flesh doesn't want to be deprived of water. Like sometimes you could do a real fast, there's no food or water. But it's called an absolute fast. But sometimes, given your circumstance, you might do a 100% water fast, which is good too. Okay? But those things, it neutralizes the flesh, It's like you dropping a bomb on your flesh, You're in warfare, and you might have a contentious battle, right? A very, very intense battle between you and the flesh, right? The spirit and the flesh, and it could be overheated, It could be too intense, and basically you could be losing the battle. So what happens? Reinforcement comes and just drop bombs on the enemy. Well, that's the power of fasting. It's like you're just dropping bombs on the enemy. Forget all that shoe stuff, Forget making the effort to battle things in your mind. Now, fasting neutralizes the flesh. And what I've realized is that certain demons, first of all, you have to recognize that it's a demon. All right. But certain things requires reoccurring fasting. Now you have to take this with discretion, because I don't know your physical health, and I'm not a certified practitioner. I want to give that disclaimer. This is just friendly advice, okay? Brotherly advice. But certain demons require continual fasting, because some things only thing you can do is fast and pray. The brothers don't have the answer to all your problems, and certain things are just personal. Certain things are situations that you might have put yourself in, or just a powerful demon that you have to battle, okay? A powerful demon that you have to battle, But it is going to require continual fasting. And you have to have faith in the scripture that says, no temptation of taking you, but such as is common to man. Yahweh is faithful. He will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but with the temptation create a way to escape. And one of those ways to escape, man, fasting, praying, patience, because it's like taking certain herbs, man. You get on the herbal regimen, your ailment might not go away in 30 minutes. It might not go away overnight. It's something that you take over a period of time, then you'll look up and forget that you had the ailment in the first place. You know? Hey, the water, brother. And brothers can see the scripture on the comment board, you know? Brothers can see that scripture on the comment board. Okay? But like I said, that's pretty much the point, man. You know, we have demons to battle, and I'm still thinking about the video Elder Yasha Wamba did when it came to the inward man, because it was very convicting, you know, through the spirit and the way you renew that inward man, fasting, praying, reading. Reading is pouring into your soul. We live in a kingdom that just totally exploits your flesh, which is the outward man, and all of his devices, you know, and it feels good when you're feeding your flesh. But excessive, mind you, I said excessive feeding your flesh, it starves out the spirit. It tells you in Galatians, the 5th chapter, how the spirit lusts against the flesh and the flesh against the spirit. The spirit is your inward man. And we can actually fall short of feeding that inward man, because the fight is the focus, man. The fight in this truth, in this faith in Babylon, all right, it's the focus. Be in this faith while you're in Babylon, you have to focus, man. Because there's so many distractions that'll make you lose focus. That's why we can't afford to miscount. We can't afford to, you know, not miss. We can't afford to miss those power moments where you when the Most High is amplifying that inward man, like when you're teaching. All right, forsaking not the assembly of ourselves, man, because you're gonna realize that everything is really an attack. Where there's the concept of love and a woman, you get around a woman, now you feel laxed, and now you don't really want to meet up with brothers on a date. You're supposed to meet up with brothers because you just feel laxed and laid back, or you just having, you know, struggles in the flesh because of the woman, or just some type of external circumstances. But it's all really just demonic attacks to keep you out of the spirit, man. You know? But it just, sometimes we get overwhelmed with our circumstances, so it's like, damn, like what the fuck? It'll literally shake you up and you'll be nervous. You have to remember how Shai was having anxiety attacks, man, on the cross. It said the angels came to strengthen his spirit. But it also says we're partakers of Yahweh Shai's sufferings. And ultimately that's going to manifest with the hour of temptation. Okay? But also just the daily attacks, you know, mental attacks, you know, financial attacks, you know, your flesh taking the driver's seat. But the first thing, hey, what did it say in Colossians? They that are Yahweh Shai's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Some of us brothers are decent speakers or good speakers, all right? And you look good on camera, but you forgot these old fundamentals, the basic fundamentals of this truth. Is first you have to conquer your flesh, you know? It doesn't matter if you just read the scriptures from time to time. It doesn't matter if you just hold the signs, man. The first thing you have to do is conquer the flesh. And the flesh not just horniness, you know. The flesh not just, oh, I'm horny. That's just part of it, man. And that lustful nature can lead to sin, which is adultery, you know. But also the flesh is in Galatians. Variance, emulations, which is like jealousy, you know, of brothers, being jealous of brothers, you know. Idolatry, you know, Jake Love worshiping idols, you know. So many things, so many different components of the flesh that we have to conquer. Because part of being a soldier is you constantly battling your flesh. And you'll never fully battle, you'll never fully conquer your flesh, because you can't conquer sin in a sinful body. Your body is sinful. Your thoughts are sinful. You know, it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon 9 that the flesh weighs down the mind. That museth upon many things. But the goal is to program myself with the word as much as possible. And that's easier said than done. The hardest battles are mental. And that's just me speaking as a man through the flesh. You know? But we have, despite the chaos, we have tools. And Satan always wants to shake shit up. And you might be getting certain text messages or certain phone calls that, you know, is there to give you stress and, you know, anxiety or just angry. You're always angry, you know. But it's really just Satan fucking with you, man. You know? It is Satan fucking with you. And what does it says in the scriptures? Alright? The Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. But I mean, that's the point. That's pretty much the point. That we have tools in the midst of chaos, man. Fasting, praying, reading. And before we make other things our goals in life, before we, you know, handle the physical in life, we have to arm ourselves spiritually. All right? It says in Ephesians 6, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bahashel Shai. Then it gets into the word, it gets into faith. So, you know, it's easy. You know, brothers get distracted, sisters get distracted. You know, I get distracted, man. But it's always good to have a home base, man. So you remember, look, I got to fast, pray, and read. Because some of us, we're at the point where we have to fast consistently because the demons are higher. The demons go harder. You know? Hey, Shalom upon Yahweh Bahashel Shai. Bahashel Kakadash. Rakadash Shalom. Shalom to you brothers and sisters tuning into this live stream. Some of us have to fast consistently. And we have to pray consistently. And we have to read consistently. We have to watch videos because those videos are spiritual. The elders' videos, the apostles' videos is spiritual. And your flesh is like, hey, I'm gonna take this from Elder Apostle to heart, the beloved Elder Apostle to heart. It's like a computer, man. Your spirit is like a computer. And if it has too much data on it, you know, too much hardware, whatever, it's gonna start malfunctioning. You know, you might start getting computer viruses and stuff like that. So ultimately, you have to reset your computer. Well, that's fasting. And like I said, I'm saying it, but it applies to me. Because when you finally fast, you remember, like, damn, that's what I should have been doing. I slept. You know? But, you know, that's why we got to have these, we got to take care of the inward man first. The inward man, then the outward man. Because you take care of the inward man and you follow your camp duties, you know, pay tithes, you can do all these things, be brotherly. The Most High paying out the outward man. He'll pave our way for that outward man. First, we have to take care of the spirit. You know, give our offerings up in the spirit. Fasting, praying, reading. You know, equip ourselves, man. But I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. Hope we were edified. Once again, I want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kahakodash. Also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops. Great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, come Yashala, Shalom.